Vice President Sara Duterte versus Undersecretary Claire Castro again. The VP said the palace press officer is an embarrassment, while Castro calls Duterte an emotional vulture. And the two women have more choice words for each other in this report by Mobile Journal Julie Baisa.
Sa piling mo ngayon, ako'y bituing walang ningning.
Sharon Cuneta serenaded President Bongbong Marcos and First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos in the evening with the stars in Intramuros, Manila Thursday. In the middle of her performance, the megastar acknowledged her husband, Senator Kiko Pangilinan. Then, this light-hearted swipe.
And sir, I have only one vice president there. My date tonight. Mali your choice, no? Sorry. Okay, let's move on.
Recall that in the 2022 presidential elections, Pangilinan was the running mate of now Naga City Mayor Leni Robredo. But they were beaten by the unity team of Marcos and Vice President Sara Duterte. Soon, however, cracks showed in the unit team. And despite campaigning from opposite political fences back in 2022, Sharon had this to say to the chief executive.
Basta, Mr. President, you have my support. I will pray for you. I will pray for the country. And we pray for good health, peace of mind from all the fake news.
The Vice President is yet to comment on Cuneta's remark. Note that Duterte is a self-confessed Sharonian. The palace did address the megastar's quip though.
Opinyon ni Ate Shawi, ni Ms. Sharon Cuneta, at malamang karamihan sa ating mga kababayan ay yan din po ang nararamdaman. So opinyon po yun ni Ms. Sharon Cuneta at nakita po natin na napangiti lamang ang ating Pangulo. Nagandahan lamang po siya sa awiting bituing walang ningning.
But Yusek Castro's tone was not as warm when she took on Vice President Duterte's latest statements about the Marcos administration. There's Sara's remark made during the funeral of her Uncle Bong Duterte, an exclusive by News 5 Davao.
Sinasabi ko na nga paulit-ulit na na si Claire Castro nagdadala yan ng kahihiyan sa ating bayan dahil tinawag siya na spokesperson ng Office of the President. At syempre, kapag nagsasalita ang Office of the President, nakikinig ang buong mundo, hindi lang yung mga kababayan natin. At syempre, kapag ganun yung nagsasalita at ganun yung sinasabi ng nagsasalita, ay nagdadala siya ng kahihiyan sa bayan natin. Kaya dapat hindi na siya pinapakinggan at pinapansin.
To this, Castro had choice words for the VP as well.
Siya ang source ng fake news. So hindi po nakakahiyang magsabi ng katotohanan. Ang nakakahiya po ay umaming may kakilalang assassin at handang magpapatay ng Pangulo, ng First Lady, at ng dating House Speaker. Ang nakakahiya po ay hindi gumalang sa order ng court at manuntok ng sheriff. Bawal po yan sa batas. Mas nakakahiya po yata ito. Isang vice presidente nag-threaten with her assassin laban sa Pangulo. At ang nakakahiya din po ay gumamit ng mga fake na AFP certificate para sa Youth Summit para palabasin na yung 15 million na mula sa Confi Funds ng DepEd. Mas nakakahiya po ito. At muli, kung ganito lang po rin lang ang ating magiging leader, mag-isip-isip po tayo.
Then, Duterte also said she wished Marcos and Castro would eventually end up together.
Maaari niyo po bang turuan ang Vice Presidente sa kanyang communications? Bigyan niyo po ng Comms 101 para magkaroon naman ng konting, or rather, katiting na pagka-statesman. At ang aking message, Valentine message sa kanya, VP Sara, spread love. Not fake news, not immorality. Don't be a Chucky.
Meantime, Duterte says she is ready to face impeachment complaints against her should these reach trial at the Senate. She took another swipe at how ouster charges against President Marcos were supposedly hastily discharged when evidence against him were overwhelming. Of course, the palace press officer has a retort to that.
Pinakauna na impeachable offense yung pagpirma ng budget na alam mong galing siya sa bill na may mga blanco at merong mga insertions. At syempre, impeachable offense din yung humihindi ang isang opisyal kapag merong nagtatanong ng competency niya na mamuno at may nagsasabi na gumagamit siya ng illegal na droga.
Unahin niya na po muna yung mga kaso niya bago niya tignan ang kaso ng iba. Siguro mas maganda itanong niya yan sa kanyang ama.
Castro has also likened Duterte to an emotional vulture, faking concern but not willing to cooperate with the government. And finally, the VP dodged questions about her plans for the 2028 presidential election. She wonders too if there is still a Philippines by then.
Unang-una ang tanong, meron pa bang bayan, meron pa bang Pilipinas na pag-uusapan sa taong 2028? Lubog na tayo sa basura, sa baha, sa lahat ng economic indicators, kahit sa korupsyon, lubog na tayo.
Kung ang kanyang hula ay magkakatotoo, malamang mangyayari yan kung ang isang leader na iboboto sa 2028 ay isang Manchurian candidate. Isang puppet na isang bansa kung saan maaaring ipamigay ang ating yaman, ang ating karapatan sa ibang bansa.
Kapatid Mobile Journal Julie Baiza, We're One News.